All right, guys, so we're back. I've had a little listen to the song a couple of times, and there's a few things I definitely want to change. And I know it's just a kind of a rough, super rough kind of idea, but there's a couple of things I do want to change. I want to make it more, I want to make it more modern. Sometimes you can come up with a different kind of arrangement. If you just put it all together in the one, like you kind of like write it together on the instrument, sometimes you'll find that you kind of end up going back to those same kind of things that they kind of the instruments kind of go together, and like you're playing a chord and then it feels natural to you to sing a certain thing over it. But what happens if you just kind of divide them both in half, and you record the guitar down, and you find a part for that, and then you come back and you find the melody for it. So sometimes you'll find that creates a whole new world. So even if you're on piano, instead of playing the song and writing the song all in the one go, like as you're playing, try coming up with a cool part that you like on the piano or whatever instrument you're writing on, and then top line to it. So here's a part of come up. So this is the verses, what we're going to kind of just dive in. So let me just record this down. This is just going to be the guide recording, so I'm not worried too much about it, about the microphone. Oh. It's not turned on. It won't work unless you turn the preamp on. Let those tubes warm up. If you're curious what I'm going through, this is a Neumann U87 running into the 511 Rupert Neve designs. I've got the silk all the way up, and then that's running into a 1LA by IGS. Yeah, so here we go. There we go. And that's actually a little too quiet. Cool, we're going to stop that for a second. So let me just hold deep to your truth, seem I believe. And so the chords are actually wrong, I think, in there. Leave on to your truth, seem I believe. I believe there's something you do. Yeah, so something like that for that chorus. Say I believe. No, it's true. Say I believe. So we'll go to the C there, I think. So we'll just take that out, leave that somewhere there. So we're going to go to a C there. And I do like what I did here in the first one. See if those chords work. See about to leave, you too. See about to leave. I like those chords actually. We're going to do that again. We're going to do that for the chorus. So, oh, forgot the click. Actually, we won't go straight. So a little quicker change. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, that's just like going to do a half hook tag thing in that section. It's only going to be like a half tag hook thing. Then we're going to do a tiny break. So it's going to come in with so instead of going into singing up after the climb, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2 after the climb. Only after the climb. Yeah, so I think that's the same as the verse. Here's the verse. After the climb. Well, let me see I want to see what I started on for that. So I did have one thought that I had when I was just listening back a little earlier ago, was if I like kind of a modern kind of thing to do is don't just sing, like I'm looking at the lyrics here, don't just sing after the climb there's a view. Maybe do some different phrasing on it that's fresh, because what I'm saying there is not that fresh. But the way you sing it can be fresh and it can make the difference. So if you go, after the climb, there's a view after the storm. So you kind of go straight into it. After the climb, there's always a view after the storm. So something like that. Let's try it again. After the climb, there's always a view after the storm. There's always the growth up alive. So that's the idea. I like that idea. Let's just record that real quick. So that's kind of the idea of that verse, where it's kind of like the last part of it. It's kind of like you've got a space here. Oh, not there. You kind of got a space. There's always. I think always is I'm putting in there. So let's just record that. After the climb, there's always a view. After the storm, there's always the growth, keep them alive, and something new. Dancing fade goodbye. The choice is always mine. Say never to leave. Something in there. Say never, but just believe. The choice is always mine. Never say just believe. Say never, just believe. The choice is always mine. Say never, just believe. Say never, just believe. Say never, just believe. Like that idea. So let's kind of, now that we've got that idea kind of down, we'll go back to that acoustic guitar and kind of get that chorus down. A few more tracks. Actually, I think we got, coming back to now to that part, after the tag, we're going to create a kind of a post-chorus tag where it's the same thing as what I'm doing up here. I like what I was doing up here, but we're going to come back and do it in the, let me just have a look here. After the climb. Oh, so now if we cut this out, after the climb, 2, 3, that's after the climb. There's always a view. So that's the idea. So let's just after the climb. There's always a view after the storm. Yes, that's what we want. So we want that break and then we want to come straight in it. This is a very modern technique. So they do this a lot. So they go straight into that verse right after the chorus. No intros, no hooks, just go straight into it. So I like that, and then we'll just continue through, and then we're going to make a, let me just put this down for a second. Let me add the verses and choruses. So after the climb, there's always a view after the climb. There's always. Let's put a little bit of some tuning on it for you poor people hearing this out of tune singer here. All right, so I'll cue in. I think it's in G. Are we in G? Yep. After the climb, there's always a view after the storm. All right, cool. So, and put a little bit of CLA vocals. This one's great, fast, go-to. Works a lot of the time. After the climb, there's always a view after the storm. Cool. Okay, so now we go back to the. Now I think I have a. Yeah, I still have a intro on this, which I need to get rid of. That's better. 2, 3. There's always a view after the storm. There's always So I'm just putting the markers in. It does help. I don't always do markers, but a lot of the time it does help, and it'll help definitely for you guys too, seeing this, knowing where everything is. All right, cool. Now we're going to do we'll just do some proper strumming for that chorus. Now we're gonna come back and do a beat before we put the guitars on again. Before we do good guitars. That's the idea. All right. So we're going to record. Let's go ahead and then we're going to record all the parts in just a nicer, cleaner vocal where doesn't have the bleed of the click and the acoustic guitar, and it would be a lot more cleaner. So let's try that. I think we have most of the parts. All right. After the climb, there's always a view. No, I think it comes in. After the climb, that's it. Oops. After the climb, there's always a view. After the storm, there's always a new life. You got it inside, oh, this time. Trust and faith, 'cause all the choice is yours and mine. Never say not believe. Hold on, you're true. Never say, just say never, but just believe. Never say, it's so tricky. Never say never, just believe. Say never, oh, just believe. Hold deep your choosing, not believe. And I believe. And I hold your truth, no, not believe. Oh, 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 and the climb. After the climb, there's always a view. After the storm, there's always a new keep up life. You got one another life. Mm-mm. When you trust in faith collide, when the choice is yours and mine, never say just believe, and hold you to never just believe. Just believe. And I hold you to though, just believe, yeah. And never say never, oh, just believe. And oh, 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 and just believe, oh, 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 just believe. Oh, 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 just believe. And I hold your truth, oh, just believe. Just believe. And I hold your truth, oh, just believe. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 believe. All right, cool. We got a guide. We got a guide in there. So let's just get rid of these. Oops. Okay, so now let's go ahead and record some good guitars. Actually, no. I don't want to record the good. I'm going to record a good guide guitar. So we're always doing it in steps. So this will be a good guide guitar, meaning it's not going to have any background noises in it. So we can kind of arrange a bit better. I'm going to go big out there, but we might do some other instruments. All right, so okay, so that's where we do the cut. It hangs on the G. You know what? I forgot what I did at the beginning. I did do 2 measures of it, yeah. So I did 2 measures of that G. and we'll go big there. All right, so we have the guides down. So I'm going to just kind of like hide these so we can't see them, and just put some tuning on this. After the climb, there's always a view. After the snow, there's always a light. You got it inside. So just a little bit of information on what basically the ideas of the melodies what I was coming up with. The melodies are a big part of keeping modern. So what I did there is I chopped that in half. Instead of just singing after the climb, there's always a view, I sang it after the climb paused. It's kind of like even a conversation. If I told you today I went to the beach, if I wanted to do it in a fresh, brand new way that you would not expect, I go, today I went to the beach. So I'd create like this little, whoa, anticipation kind of thing. It's a fresh thing. It's something different. It's going to make, if you're kind of like, this guy just keeps on talking. I say, today I went to I'd be like, what? Where'd you go? What's going on? So that's weird. So it grabs your attention. It's a hook. So after the climb, there's always a view. So I'm holding people's attention. So that's one thing. And then another thing to keep it modern is I repeat that melody, or I'm going to repeat that melody. After the climb, da 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 da, there's always a view. Da 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 da, there's always a da 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 da. So I've done it 3 times. You got it inside. So 3 hooks, da 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 da, and it doesn't get boring. It's not. I'm not going da 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 da. I'm doing it. I'm chopping them up and kind of like putting them in different spots. And so the last part of that is I'm going to be holding down. I'm gonna be like, you got it inside. Oh, side. So do something different on that 4th one to kind of like just change it. Then the pre-chorus, I'm going to come in on the 1, I think. 3, 4. Trust and faith collide. All the choice is yours and mine. Say never, just believe. All right, I'm going to simplify that chorus. What I'm going to do is say never, just believe. Say never, just believe. Oh, I do like that. Mine. Say never, just believe. Say never, just believe. Let me just put that down real quick. Say never, just believe. Say never, just believe. Say never, just believe. Say never, just believe. Yeah, that's it. So yes, I'm going to that chorus. Each part is very different to the other. Say, never, just believe. Hold deep your truth, just believe. And we'll simplify it in that second time. Just believe. Let's do it. Just believe. Then deep your, hold deep. Hold deep your truth, oh, just believe. Oh, 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 oh. Just believe. Hold deep your truth, just believe. Oh, oh, just believe. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna do that. Let's see how that sounds. Just believe. Hold deep your truth, just believe. Oh, oh, and I believe. And then I'll just copy that again. Oh, oh, say never, just believe. Oh, oh, say never, just believe. Oh, oh, say never, just believe. Might have to cross over. Oh, oh, say never, just believe. Oh, oh, just believe. Oh, oh, say never, just believe. Hold deep your truth, just believe. Oh, oh. Ha! Oh, it's rattling over here. I was like, what is that sound? Okay, so all right, cool. We got our stuff there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm either going to put down some drums or a beat to go with that that up tempo part. I think I'll do that. I'll do some sort of beat because I always like to play acoustic guitar to a beat. So now what kind of beat am I going to do? Let me see. Is it going to be a drum kit or is it going to be a? I'm kind of hearing a more of a modern, maybe 808 and kick or snare or something. So I might wait to do that. I'll wait to do that live. I'll do the guitars first on this one, and I'll have them all ready, and then I'll actually do my vocals as well. So, and now, changing our minds. Let's do a quick little beat, simple beat, and then we're going to replace all the parts. So I'm just going to go to a drum, even though I'm not doing a drum kit. That's the sound we're going to go for. I mean, that's the, we're just going to do a quick little beat. Now, the super easy plug-in, so easy, is Easy Drummer. Did you see what I did there? Easy. So this one's so cool. You can have a bunch of different kits. You can purchase each kit separately. Let's just grab number one's basic. It's very kind of popish. It's very kind of electronic. So we're just going to do, this is what we want. The browse, the search function, the tap thing. So this is so cool because you can go dun. So you can kind of put the beat in there as you're playing the part. That's what we want. Dun. I want something fresh. And try it again. That's the beat we want. So 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, here we go. So this is, then you just push enter and then it brings up all these, this is 100% match, this heavy rock one, snare and the intensity. Sometimes I'll go, I don't want something too big intensity, or, you know, just depending what you want. So let's see if that works. This is 83%. Too busy. I don't mind that. That might work out really well. All right, don't like that extra little snare thing. Let's get rid of that. Whatever that is, I don't need that one. That's, I do want that. So that's the beat I want throughout the whole song. So I'm just going to put it here just so that everything's grooving and everything's sitting at a groove. Let's just duplicate that throughout the whole song. So that's what we want. Let's get rid of some of these. That's the beat we want. So we're going to replace all the sounds, of course, but that's what we want. So now that we've got that, we are going to put some good guitars down, and then we will have a look at some vocals and the lyrics. So let's have a look here. Let's do 3. I think 3 will be enough. 3 guitars. And then we'll come back to the vocals. So here we go. Let's do some guitars. So obviously when you're recording guitars or anything to do with a microphone, you have to make sure that it's quiet. So obviously I have to turn the speakers off. Everything is really quiet. And we always tune up. All right. There we go. All right, cool. So let's record some guitars. Usually I like this about the 12th fret. There we go. So let's go. Go to click on. All right, let me just, you guys see how I'm recording there? All right, so if you notice there's quiet parts and loud parts. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to do 3 takes of the quiet parts, which is only those verses, and then I'm going to turn my gain down and do the choruses, which is big strumming because I don't have the energy because it's going to distort. So let's just go through and just do the verses. Oops. Okay, let's do that again. Um, all right, cool. So let's do the second half of that other verse. Cool. Okay, one more of those. Cool. Okay, so we've got this. We've got the quiet parts. Now we're going to just double those tracks and duplicate those tracks, I should say. And there we go. All I'm doing is when I duplicate, I'm just duplicating all the sends and everything. There's no sends, but just having everything's ready to go. It's just easy. So you don't have to worry about inserting making sure you're on the right thing. It's just so much faster. So, all right, now we're going to do the fast parts. The choruses. Here it is. All right, cool. We'll do that again. Oh. All right, cool. So I got that part. Let's go to the end part of the song and do the last chorus, last half of the song. Um, Oops. All right, cool. There was a little stop in there. I'll do that on the second one. Let's just do that again.